very early on, my mom and dad moved to Acworth, and from my earliest remembrance, living on Carew Street was the street that we lived on.
Carew Street.
Yes, sir. For a good portion of my childhood, we lived there.
Where's Carew Street?
So it's right by Crane's Taxidermy, I guess would be the landmark. But it's Spring Street and near the Cowan connector off of South Side and all that area right there. So we lived there for a while. Being at Carew Street, there used to be, the trains are very close. And so there used to be a way over before they got rid of it and made the Cowan connector. So you could go over the tracks. And there was an old time saver right across the street from Days Chevrolet that my mom would let me on a Saturday morning, like ride my bike to that time saver, and there was always a parade, for Pioneer Days. And that was an enjoyable thing for me because I would get up in the morning and get down there, and of course they'd throw things out like candy and things like that from the parade, and just being a kid at that time and being able to see people waving at people. Parades were an enjoyable thing for me, and then to go to Pioneer Days. I couldn't wait to get over there and ride the rides and kind of do the little carnival thing and eat funnel cakes. But yeah, that was one of the most memorable moments outside of sports that I had growing up. But I enjoyed North Cobb. North Cobb, it was kind of cool. I guess the icing on the cake, if you will, was being voted Mr. North Cobb.
Really?
Yes, I was voted Mr. North Cobb my senior year, and that was by, I guess, my peers. So it was cool to have that honor, that title, I guess. My memories of Doyle Hill, my grandfather were being able to go to downtown City Hall and being in the councilman's chambers and things like that during a maybe work session or a council meeting, and just seeing him up there was it was an honor, like, oh man, that's my granddad, to see somebody in the light like that wanted to do so much for his community and be a bridge for his community and help out those in the community. Seeing that firsthand, now knowing the position that I'm in, man, I loved it then, but love it even more now because some of those things that I saw him do are now resonating in my life and trying to help others and be there for my community. So I am so thankful to be able and to have that opportunity to have gone and seen him in that light.
What's your opinion on that?
I believe it is. I believe it's a very safe place. Not just because I'm in this in this uniform, but I do see that we have a great leader throughout our department in Chief Wayne Dennert, and the city itself. I mean, with your relationships and that they have with the city manager, the mayor, the councilman, how well this city bonds together. I think that all plays a key factor in how a new officer perceives the city and comes in and say, okay, wow, they care about it so much, and it gives that care, and I think it rubs off on the officers to say, you know what, I care about Acworth. It's just not a place of work for me. It's I care about this as well, and that I believe makes it a lot better. So I enjoy the youth of our community, and I want to be just that positive role model for our youth. So I coach Little League football over at Acworth where I played. I want to get in our schools. I'm part of a Acworth Elementary's principal advisory board, where Principal Nelson over at Acworth asked me to be on this board, and I'm excited. And one of the things I get to do right now is, with virtual learning, is pass out books where students, maybe parents can't pick them up. They're like, hey, Officer Almon, I have this amount of books, and they give me the locations, and I go drop them off just to say, hey, I got your books for you, helping you out, and try to build a relationship that way with them. But I'm excited about this, and I'm enjoying my opportunity I have right now.
I want to thank you very much for coming and talking today.
Well, thank you for having me. I've definitely enjoyed it.
Appreciate all that you're doing for the city of Acworth.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.